Hey everybody, Mark Dolfini, Landlord Coach. I hope you're having an amazing day. So the questions that I have today is, why should I not necessarily pay attention to monthly rent when annualized rent is a far more important measure? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because monthly rent does not take into account a couple of factors. Most specifically, it does not account for vacancy expense. Now, let me explain. I get this all the time where people are coming to me and saying that they have a certain amount of rent that they're trying to get from their property, and they find out that the next door neighbor or 3 houses down from them is they're getting, say they're getting $1,500 a month, and my house is much nicer, and that sort of thing. And that may be the truth. But that really doesn't matter, because you don't really necessarily know what's going on with the property. Are they renting out other? Are they doing a short-term lease, for that property, which may be driving up that rent? If they're doing a short-term lease or they're doing a month-to-month lease and they're willing to take on additional risk, then yes, they should be getting more rent for that property. Are they renting additional things with that? Like, are they adding a washer and dryer? Are they maybe adding a lawn mowing service, or salt delivery for the water softener, things like that, which can again drive up the rent price. But again, all things being equal, it's just sometimes you just get lucky, and sometimes you're able to get a higher amount of rent for a property that otherwise doesn't really command that much. The market just doesn't drive that. But this is why I don't want you getting hung up on monthly rent so much as it's annualized rent. Now, annualized rent is basically just taking the amount of rent that you would get over the course of the period of time that the property is rented. So you're taking out economic vacancy for the property. So what am I talking about? Let's say, for argument's sake, that you've got a property that you're trying to rent for $1,500 a month. But the thing is, the people that are coming to you, there's not that much interest, and the people that are coming are not that qualified, or they're just not that interested. And finally, when you do get the property rented for $1,500, the property has effectively sat vacant for 2 full months. So take that on contrast. You say, well, I really don't want to go less than $1,500. Well, here's the thing. Let's say, for argument's sake, that you get the property rented for $1,400 a month, a full $100 less per month than what you'd be getting from the previous rent of $1,500. Well, just with 1 month worth of vacancy, 11 full months of occupancy, you would actually be making more money than sitting on the property waiting to get that $1,500. So let's do the quick math. At $1,500 a month, you get 2 months of vacancy. That means it's rented for 10 months. It's $15,000 annualized. Versus $1,400 a month with 1 month of vacancy. Over 11 months, you're going to be making $15,400 annualized. Now, I'll also make the argument that if the property is a single-family home, you're likely going to be renting it a lot faster as well, and probably even not having a full month's worth of vacancy. My point is don't get hung up on the monthly amount. Get the property rented as quick as you possibly can and maximize your annualized rent, and make sure that you've got vacancy expense under control. This is all I have for today. Thanks so much for joining me. My name is Mark Dolfini, the Landlord Coach. If you are on social media, follow me at My Landlord Coach on Facebook. And of course, you're welcome to send me a friend request as long as I've got capacity. You're more than welcome to like my personal page. Again, my name is Mark Dolfini, Landlord Coach. If you don't place a value on your free time, someone else will. But most importantly, there is no amount of money that will make time irrelevant. Have a great rest of your day. Take good care.